Hey there, Zoom Drain Nation. Meetings aren't just calendar fillers. They're your best shot at driving focus, alignment, and momentum. In this session, we're breaking down what makes a meeting actually work. You'll learn how to clearly define the purpose, set practical and realistic outcomes, and ensure every meeting ends with the next steps your team can act upon. It's about making meetings matter and making progress that sticks. Here's an outline, or here's a method for creating effective sessions. And when I talk about sessions, these could be anything from team meetings to board meetings to adult learning sessions to conference presentations. But it's helpful to think about any type of session that you're going to be holding from three different avenues. The first would be to have a clear and written, documented purpose of having the meeting. It's always helpful to kick off a meeting and let everybody know why they're there, as opposed to just jumping into a meeting with no clear purpose. So if you're able to state the purpose and share that with everybody, you're going to be ahead of most people when they try and run meetings and have sessions like this. The second is to have a series of maybe 3 to 4 desired outcomes for the meeting. And these should all be things that you can measure by the end of the meeting. So to say that you want to have a meeting to increase sales by 20% is not practical. You would not be able to measure that by the end of the meeting. But if you said that you wanted to have everyone share and brainstorm and come up with 3 ideas that you could use to hopefully drive sales, that could be a desired outcome for the meeting. So a lot of times it's just about reducing the bet and being very clear and coming up with 3 or 4 things that you want to make sure you cover by the end of the meeting. The third thing is very logical. It's the agenda. So once you've identified the purpose and the desired outcomes, the agenda tends to be a lot easier to create. So if you think about how you're going to walk people through a series of meetings and presentations to come to a conclusion of some desired outcomes, the agenda will feed that. The last thing that you want to do is always have clear next steps, so that when you start your next meeting, you can pick up exactly where you left off and said, were these things accomplished? Did we move this needle from A to B? So clear next steps is a nice way to put a bow around it and prepare yourself for the next meeting or session that you're going to be hosting. So if you've ever been in a meeting where you wonder, why am I here, or what did we accomplish? Where you look back on a sales appointment and it didn't go exactly the way you hoped it would have, chances are that nobody at the beginning of those sessions, whether it was the meeting or whether it was the sales call, clearly laid out in their mind and shared with the other participants the purpose of the session, the desired outcomes of the session, and how the session is going to flow, i.e. the agenda. So you can use this in any different format when you're working with other people. You can use it with your children, you can try and use it with your spouse, but when you're using it in a business context, it creates a lot of clarity and puts everybody on the same page and reduces the anxiety and reduces the chance of people asking the question of, why am I here? What are we doing today?